Hello everyone, welcome to our online Exercise Oncology YouTube series. My name is Mariah. I am a clinical exercise physiologist here with the Health and Wellness Lab at the University of Calgary, and I will be leading you through our Week 12 exercise program. Let's get started. Before we get started, let's grab our equipment that we're going to need today. We're going to need plenty of space to move around, a nice clean wall, and possibly a chair. You might also want to grab an exercise band if you have one. If it has handles or if it's just a TheraBand, that's great. And some dumbbells or anything, any object that will add a little bit of resistance. You could use soup cans, you could use water bottles. So feel free to pause the video, go ahead, grab your equipment, and we'll get started with our warm-up. So to start with our warm-up, we're going to do a little step on the spot here, taking it nice and easy, really easing our way into the workout today. Go ahead, you can bring up those knees a little bit higher, maybe add in a tap, going for some high knees here. If this is too much for today, take the hands out of it, bring the knees a little bit lower. As always, we want you to listen to your body and modify as you need to. We can switch from our high knees to our bum kicks. So we're bringing our feet to our bum. Again, stepping side to side. You can have your hands on your hips, or if you want to increase the intensity a little bit, we can do a bit of an arm pulse. Great job, everybody. Let's go ahead and switch to the Jess, which is a step back. We're also bringing those arms out in front here. You can also do this exercise with no arms, just adding in that step behind you. Great job, everybody. A few more seconds here. All right, last cardio of the warm-up, we're going to go into some speed skaters. So taking that step behind the body, you can either have your hands on your hips or adding in a little bit of arm movement here. Great job. We're getting that heart rate up before we start our circuits. Make sure you're checking in with your body, choosing what speed and intensity to do these speed skaters today. That is the cardio section of our warm-up. I'm going to go ahead and move into some lower body activation. If you want to pause the video and do a bit more cardio to get that heart rate a little higher, feel free to do so. What I'm going to start with is some leg swings. So holding onto that wall I have behind me, keeping a small, comfortable range of motion here. Upper body's nice and tall, just swinging at the hip here. When you're ready, go ahead, switch sides. Again, keeping this movement small, in a small range of motion. Good. Relax that leg. Next, we're going to go into our mini squats. So not going full depth yet, still activating that lower body. So our feet can be hip width, maybe a little bit wider, toes either pointed forward or at a 45-degree angle. Find which position is most comfortable for you. Well, with our mini squat, we're going about a quarter of the way down and back up. So hips are going back as far as we can push them and then down, just like we're sitting in a chair. Exhaling as we push through our feet all the way back up. Great job, everybody. Keep that chest nice and proud. Let's get 2 more reps here. And then we're going to go into our hip hinge. So feet hip width, toes pointed forward. This is what it's going to look like from the side. We're going to send our hips back until we feel that stretch in the hamstring. So upper body is nice and straight. Bending at the hips, feeling that stretch here. Standing all the way back up. Taking this slow and controlled here. This will look different for everybody. Just listen to your body and what it's telling you. Great job. Let's get 2 more here. And 1 more. Now we're going to go to our upper body, starting with some arm circles. So with the arm circles, we're starting small. We can start lower too, always moving in a pain-free range of motion. So starting from small circles, working our way up to bigger circles. Back down to small. Go ahead, switch directions. So if you're going forward, we're going to go backwards now. Again, working from small circles all the way up to bigger circles. Pain-free range of motion. Back down to small. Great. Last upper body. We are going to bring our elbows in, right at our hip bones here, and we are going to open our shoulders like a book. Thumbs are pointed forward, pointed upwards, excuse me. Elbows are staying locked to our sides. Turning those tummy muscles on. 2 more here. Awesome job. Let's head into our first circuit of the day. All right, for circuit 1, we are going to do 3 exercises and then cardio at the end. Our first exercise is a squat plus a bicep curl or any other upper body movement you'd like. Number 2, we have our lat pull downs. Number 3, balance of choice. And number 4 will be our cardio speed skaters. I'm going to go ahead and demo a squat plus bicep curl for you. So grabbing those dumbbells or the soup cans, water bottles, whatever you're using for your weight. Our squat, we're going to have our feet hip width, maybe a little bit wider, whatever's comfortable for you. But again, sitting that bum back like we're sitting in a chair. Exhaling as we press up. At the top of our squat is where we're going to add in that bicep curl. Again, adding in that squat. If you want to do a different arm option, you could do a lateral raise where we're bringing our arms out to the sides, or a shoulder press where we're starting with 90-degree angles, pressing those dumbbells up overhead. Again, so starting with our squat, pressing through the feet, exhaling as we stand up, adding in our arm option at the top. Second exercise, we have our lat pull down. You can go ahead and grab that band that you have. You can have 2 different stance options. You can have your feet together, or you could do a bit of a staggered stance where one foot is in front of the other. This one might be a bit more stable. You find out what you like. But we're going to use our band. We're going to bring it up overhead. We are going to pull this band. It's going to come right in front of our face, stopping at the top of our chest. relaxing on the way back up. At the bottom here, we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades together, using our elbows to drive those shoulder blades as close together as possible, relaxing back down. Exhaling on the way down, inhaling on the way back up. If you don't have a band handy, our modification for this option, we're going to do our wall angels. Wall angels. Number 3, we have balance of choice. So that could look like a single leg with passing an object back and forth. You could do a tandem walk. You could do a tree pose, just making sure that foot is above or below the knee here. Or you could also do an alphabet draw. So one leg drawing the alphabet with that suspended foot there. Great. That is circuit 1. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do 1 minute for each exercise. Go ahead, get your space set up. We'll start with our squat to bicep curl. I'm going to get my timer ready. And away we go. Time has started. So rolling those shoulders back, making sure our chest is nice and proud, sinking that bum back, exhaling as we press up, adding in that arm option at the top. With squats, you want to think like we're sitting back in a chair. Great job, everybody. We're coming up on halfway here. Show you what it looks like from the side. Really trying to keep that chest nice and proud. We want to be able to see our chest the whole time. Last 15 seconds here. Great job, everybody. You can also add in that lateral raise or shoulder press option. In 3, 2, 1. Great job. 1 exercise down. Go ahead, grab your band for lat pull downs or heading to the wall for wall angels. 60 seconds, starting now. Again, staggered stance or feet together. Thinking about driving those elbows down, pinching the shoulder blades, relaxing the way back up. That band is coming right in front of my face, stopping at the top of my chest, relaxing back down. Pulling with those shoulder blades. Those tummy muscles are turned on. That's halfway. If you're doing a staggered stance, you might want to switch sides. But our core is active, and we're working those back muscles. Great job. 15 seconds to go. You can always take a break when you need to and jump back in. We've got 3, 2, 1. That is time. Heading into our balance of choice. For balance, making sure that you have a wall or a chair handy, just for a little extra support, is great. I hope you picked out your exercise. Here we go. Time has started. I am going to do a single leg alphabet draw. I usually write my name with this. But making sure that our feet is nice and flat, covering as much surface area as we can. If we start to feel a little bit wobbly, really standing up tall, picking a spot on the wall to focus on. That's 30 seconds. Go ahead, switch sides, making sure that this opposite foot is planted before we pick up the other foot. Again, you can hold on to that wall or that chair for a little extra support. You're doing great. 10 seconds to go. We've got 3, 2, 1. That is time. Great job, everybody. Heading to cardio. So 60 seconds of cardio, speed skaters. Make sure you have adequate amount of space. And here we are. Timer has started. So those speed skaters were stepping behind the body, adding in the arms if you'd like. You can also do it hands on the hips. For cardio, we're checking in with our body or your body, finding the intensity that's right for you. We want you to check in with those energy levels, your fatigue levels. Halfway there. You're doing great. Only 15 seconds to go. You could always decrease the intensity if you need to. In 3, 2, 1. That is time. And that's circuit 1. Round 1 done. Go ahead, if you want an extra rest, go ahead, pause the video, grab a drink of water, do what you need to do. I am going to jump right back into our second round of circuit 1 with our squats and bicep curls or other arm option. Whew. Grabbing your equipment. Here we go. Timer is on for round 2. Again, sinking that bum back and down. Exhaling as we press up from the ground. We can also add in that shoulder raise or shoulder press. 30 seconds down. Great job, everybody. 15 seconds left. You're doing awesome. In 3, 2, 1. That is time. First exercise done. Second one, heading to those lat pull downs with your band or wall angels. Go ahead, grab your equipment. Timer will start now. Again, feet together or in that split stance. Driving the elbows down. Band hits at the top of our chest here. Exhaling on the way down. Inhaling as we relax. Those tummy muscles should be turned on just a little bit to keep us nice and stable. Halfway there, keep up the good work. If you're doing that staggered stance, good time to switch sides. We want to think about pinching the shoulder blades together right about here, thinking we have a lemon or a lime that we're squeezing together and relaxing. Keep up the good work. We've got 3, 2, 1. That is time. Moving over to balance, grabbing that chair for support or the wall. Whew. Take a deep breath. Here we go. Switching at 30 seconds. Time is on. Firmly planting that foot before we suspend the other one into the air. I like to pick out that spot on the wall to focus on. Ten seconds left on this side. You can also just put one finger or two on the chair. Go ahead, switch sides. Again, firmly planting that foot. A little wobbliness is all right. 15 seconds to go. If you do have that wobbliness, take that foot down, reset, and come back when you're stable. 3, 2, 1. Great job. On to cardio. Again, making sure you have plenty of space. 60 seconds of speed skaters. Time will start now. So we're bringing that leg behind the body, still keeping the hips square. Adding in the arms if you'd like. Choosing the speed that you want to go at. Always listening to your body and breathing through cardio. You can also do hands on the hips. Halfway there, you guys. Keep it up. $15 to go. If you're starting to feel a bit tired, you can go ahead, decrease that activity. Maybe go a little bit slower. Again, listening to your body and what it is telling you that you need. We've got 3, 2, 1. That is time, and that's circuit 1. All right, let's head into circuit 2 of our week 12 program. We are starting with around the world lunges. Our second exercise is going to be push-ups. Our third exercise is going to be a bicep curl for 30 seconds, and then we're going to switch to a tricep extension for 30 seconds, and then we're finishing with your choice of cardio. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate our exercises for the day. So, around the world lunges. We have our forward lunge, where we're taking a big step forward, driving that knee down towards the ground, using that back leg to power us up, stepping back. Then we're heading to our side lunge, sending that bum back and then down, just like with our squat, stepping together, and then our reverse lunge, where we're going to take a big step back, again bringing that knee towards the ground, just hovering above it, and stepping forward. You can choose which lunge you would like to do. You could do all 3, or you could do your favorite. Number 2, we got our push-ups. Push-ups can be done on the wall, on the ground, or on a chair or an elevated surface like a countertop. I'll show you what it looks like from the wall. This will be from behind. So our hands are going to be at chest height. So below our shoulders, right onto the wall here, stepping back as far as feels comfortable. Hands at chest height, slowly lowering down towards the wall. Exhaling, pressing yourself up. And repeat. Making sure that we keep a nice flat back throughout the exercise. I'll show you what it looks like from the chair. Now, if you're going to use a chair or a counter, make sure that it is not going to move on you. Normally I'd have this pushed up against the wall, but I wanted you to be able to see from the side. So again, hands at chest height here. I like to line them up with my armpits here and then coming out from there. So, having something comfortable under your knees might help, but we're having a straight back before we get started. Core is turned on here. Again, slowly lowering, exhaling as we press up. Don't have to get all the way to the chair, just as far as feels comfortable for you. Keeping in mind your breathing. And again, make sure that chair is stable and it's not going to move away on you. That's what we have for push-ups. Number 3, we have our bicep curl with tricep kickback. So we're going to do 30 seconds of bicep curl. So standing up nice and tall, may have to roll those shoulders back. Core is turned on here. Bicep curl for 30 seconds, keeping those elbows locked to the side. Slowly controlling the weight on the way down. At 30 seconds, we're going to switch into our tricep kickback. So making sure that we get into a good hip hinge position. So sending that bum back. Come into the top of our row position. So elbows are driven towards the ceiling, locked at our sides. From here, we're just going to add in that extension. So from 90 degrees all the way straight and back. Then we will finish off with speed skaters or your choice of cardio. So you could do high knees, You could do a little dance if you wanted to. That's up to you. Okay, set up your space. Feel free to pause the video. I'm going to go ahead, get started. Again, 60 seconds per exercise here. So we're starting with our around the world lunges. Time has started. So big step forward for our forward lunge. Back knee comes towards the ground, using that front leg to push us away back to our starting position. To the side. Send that bum back and down. Again, pressing through this leg to come back together. This is what our side lunge looks like from the side. So really thinking about sending that bum back and down. And then our reverse lunge. Just over halfway here. Keep up the good work. Switching sides at halfway. You're doing great. Keeping your chest nice and proud. Exhaling as you press it up from the ground. Only going down as low as you feel confident. You have the power to get back up. 3, 2, 1. That is time. Onto our push-ups from the wall or from the ground or from an elevated surface. Let's get started. Timer is on. Hands are at chest height here. I'll show you from the chair. So no matter if you're doing this from the chair or from the wall, our back is straight, hips in line with shoulders. Slowly lowering down. Exhaling. You got a generous bend at the elbows here. Exhaling as we press away from the wall, from the chair. If you're going from the wall, that's halfway. This is what it's going to look like from behind. Slowly lowering down. Exhaling. The further you walk your feet from the wall, the tougher it will be. The closer your feet are to the wall, the easier it will be. 15 seconds left. Keep up the good work. Bringing in that core, making sure belly is activated. In 3, 2, 1. That is time. Great work, everybody. Go ahead, grab those dumbbells, water bottles, soup cans, whatever you're using for a little bit of resistance. And we are going to go to our bicep curls, tricep extensions. Do me a favor, roll your shoulders back. So we're standing up nice and tall. Time is on. So bicep curls, palms are facing forward, elbows are locked at our sides. Controlling that movement on the way up and controlling it on the way down. We're exhaling on the hardest part of the exercise here. Great job. 5 more seconds and then we'll switch to tricep kickbacks. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, take your time getting into that good hip hinge position into our row. Then we're adding in that extension. So from 90 all the way to straight. We're going to be using these muscles right here, so our back of the arm muscles. Excellent work. We have 3, 2, 1. That is time. On to cardio to finish off round 1 of circuit 2. Your choice. I think I'm going to do some high knees. Here we go. 60 seconds of cardio starting now. Also an option to leave the hands out of it, bring the knees down a little bit for a less intense version of high knees. But you could dance, you could do speed skaters, the jets. The options are endless. You're doing great, crew. We have 30 seconds left, so we're halfway done with cardio. Breathing through exercise here, checking in with your body. 15 left. You can always take the last 15 as a little extra rest if you need it. We've got 3, 2, 1. That is time. That's round 1. Great job, everybody. Grab a drink of water. Take a little rest if you need it. We're going to do one more round of circuit 2. So again, starting with that round the world lunges. Here we go. Timer is on. Around the world lunges. You can do one leg for 30 seconds, or you can switch each leg. Again, don't have to do all 3 directions. You can choose your favorite direction. Slow and controlled here. Great job. That's halfway. Go ahead, switch sides. Really thinking about sending that bum back and down for the side lunge. And we're controlling the descend here. Powerful step up. For 3, 2, 1. Great work. Onto push-ups on the wall or on the ground. I'll show you from the chair again. Make sure if you're using a chair that you have it up against the wall. I have it here so you can see me from the side, but making sure that the chair is not going to move on you. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Time is on. Starting with hands at chest height. Slowly lowering down. Exhaling as we press away. Keeping that back nice and straight. Core is turned on. You're doing great. That's halfway. Good time, take a little reset if you need to. Jump back in when you're ready. Again, slowly controlling the way down. And exhale. Generous bend at the elbows. 10 seconds left. In 3, 2, 1. Good job, everybody. Onto our bicep curls, tricep extensions. Grabbing your dumbbells or your soup cans or water bottles, whatever you're using. Do me a favor, roll those shoulders back again so we're standing up nice and tall. And we'll get started. Starting bicep curls for 30 seconds. Palms facing forward. Even though we have our arms working hard, our core is still working. Turn that core on. Exhaling on the hardest part of the exercise. Three, 2, 1. Left of bicep curls. Now we're saying the last 30 seconds with our tricep kickbacks. I'll give you a few extra seconds at the end so you have time to transition. But again, we're going from 90 degrees all the way straight. Using the back of our arm muscles. Keeping a good hip hinge position. Great job, everybody. We've got 5 more seconds to go. In 3, 2, 1. That is time. Go ahead, set your dumbbells down. One more round of cardio. Your choice. Making sure before this last round, you're checking in with yourself, checking in with your energy levels, your fatigue levels. Choose the option that's right for you today. Alrighty, time is on. I'm going to go for high knees again. Breathing through cardio. Nice regular breaths. There's always the option to make the exercise a little bit less intense. You could take the arms out of it, go a little bit slower. 30 seconds down. Keep up the good work. You're doing great. We have 15 left. You can always take the last 15 seconds as some extra rest if you need it. Listening to your body. In 3, 2, 1. Great job, everybody. That is circuit 2. Grab a drink of water. Take a little rest. We will head into our circuit 3, which can be done either from a mat on the floor or from seated in a chair. So go ahead, transition your space, and we'll get started. Alrighty, let's get started with our third circuit of the day, which is our core circuit, which can be done either on the ground or standing. I'm going to demonstrate our on the ground exercises, starting with our glute bridge. So feet are flat on the floor. Back is flat, head is flat. We're tilting those hips just a little bit so we have a nice straight spine. And from here, we're setting those hips high, using our glute muscles, pausing at the top, holding them there, making sure we're not feeling any lower back pain or tension. You can either hold this glute bridge or we can add in a march. Really trying to keep those hips high at all times, or a kick out. So march or kick out are optional. Number 2, we have our plank. So we're doing a front plank here. It can be from your knees, from your toes, or on the wall. I'm going to demonstrate from my knees and from my toes. So if we're on our knees here, making sure we get a soft surface underneath us. We're sinking those hips down until our body makes a straight line, pressing away from the mat. Core is activated. Holding this position here. Nice regular breathing. From your toes, it's going to look like this again. Nice flat back. Shoulders and core are engaged. Number 3, finishing it off with our bird dog. So again, in that tabletop position, we should have a nice flat back here. Hands are directly under our shoulders. Knees are directly under our hips. Before we get started, taking a big inhale. Filling that belly full of breath. On that exhale, we're extending opposite arm, opposite leg. Inhale. Exhale. Extend opposite arm, opposite leg. I want you to slide that hand and toe as far as you can go. And then you're picking that up, pausing for a second, coming back down. Same thing on this side. Extend, extend, extend. Bringing those up off the ground and back. That's circuit 3. We're going to do 2 rounds here. So get yourself situated for our glute bridge and we will get started. Time is on. So making sure you're in a nice comfortable position. Feet are about a foot or so from your bum. Squeezing those glutes, setting them nice and high. Breathing through this hold or adding in that march or kick out. Remembering to maintain our hips at this height. If you start to feel them pulling down, go ahead, come down to the bottom, reset. You can tilt those hips back underneath. Great job, that's over halfway. If at any point you feel any pain or tension in the lower back, bring that glute bridge down, tuck those hips underneath, and squeeze the bum muscles to send them back high again. In 3, 2, 1, time. Transitioning to our front plank from your knees, from your toes, or on the wall. Here we go. Time starts now. So, knees are directly under hips. Hands are directly under shoulders. Sinking those hips down until our body makes a straight line. Pressing away from the mat. Holding this position. Our core should be active. Our legs are going to be active as well. Nice regular breathing here. "30 seconds down. Good time to take a little reset. Sending those hips back down when you're ready. We're trying to keep our head, neck, and spine, everything in a straight line. 15 seconds to go. You're doing great. In 3, 2, 1, relax. We're going to be back into that tabletop position for our bird dog. Time starts now. Again, hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. We're reaching as far as we can. Then just picking up those limbs off the ground, setting them back down. Go ahead, link this exercise with your breath. Inhaling at the top, exhaling as we extend those arms. Inhale at the top, exhale as we extend. 30 seconds here. You want to think every time you extend, we're adding in that exhale. "15 seconds left. Making sure you're keeping that nice flat back. Looking like a tabletop position. In 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. That's our first round of circuit 3. Go ahead, grab a drink of water. Get back down to the mat when you're ready. Take your time. But we'll jump right into another round here. Again, with our glute bridges, adding in that optional march or kick out. Here we go. So we want our head, our back, and our feet flat on the floor before we squeeze the glutes to send the hips high. Adding in that kick out or that march. Maybe you're just holding here at the top. Excellent. Making sure we keep those hips high no matter which option we're choosing today. Great job, halfway there. Those hips start to sink. Bring them back to the mat. Reset. We got 10 seconds left. In 3, 2, 1. Relax. Take your time. Transitioning over to your front plank. Starting with hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Here we go. Time is on. Sinking those hips down until we make that straight line. Feel free to adjust your hands as you need to. Core is active. We're thinking about pulling that belly button in and up. Make sure we're pressing away from the mat, keeping those shoulders active as well. "30 seconds in. Keep up the good work. You can always take a break when you need to. and sink back down. "15 seconds to go." Breathing through our last 5 seconds of the plank here. You got it. In 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. 1 minute of work left, you guys. Just hit that bird dog. That's where we're finishing today. Feel free to catch your breath. Grab a drink of water as you need to. But again, starting in that tabletop position. Time starts now. Inhaling at the top. Exhaling as we extend. Opposite arm, opposite leg. We're reaching, sliding that toe on the ground. Then we're picking up arm and leg. Adding in that exhale every time. Just over halfway there. Making sure your tabletop is nice and steady, back is nice and flat. In 3, 2, 1. Great work, everybody. Go ahead, get comfy on your mat. We're going to come all the way to the ground. We're going to get some stretching in today. Excellent, excellent work. That's a tough circuit there, but you did great. All right, when you're down here, laying flat on your back on the mat, go ahead, take your arms out to the sides. You can extend those legs too if you'd like. But we're going to take 2 deep breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Want to start bringing that heart rate back down after today's workout. Go ahead, take that right knee, squeezing knee to chest here. Give it an extra little squeeze, and then we'll extend that leg out for our hamstring stretch. Their hamstring stretch, you can give that generous bend in the knee if it feels good. You can also add in some ankle circles here at the top, just being mindful to go both directions with that ankle. Then we're going to take this right leg, cross it over our left leg so that right ankle is right over our left knee into this figure 4 position here. You could add a little extra stretch by pressing gently on that knee. Go ahead, take your time, unravel from that side over to the left side. Again, starting with that knee to chest. When you're ready, transitioning to our hamstring stretch, interlocking those fingers behind the leg, gently pulling towards the top of the mat. Crossing over that right leg for a figure 4. Again, you can gently press on the knee, or if this is enough stretch, you can stay right here. Take your time, unravel that side. Now we're going to roll onto our side, making sure to support the head there. Reaching for either our ankle or heel or the back of a pant leg. We're going to pull that foot towards our glutes, finding that stretch in the front of the leg. Letting go of that foot, either pressing all the way up or just flipping around for the other side. Go ahead, release that side. Gently pushing yourself up. Coming to a nice seated position, either on the ground or on the chair. Making sure that's a seat that's comfortable for you. We'll do a little bit of upper body stretching here before we leave, but into our chest stretch, really pressing through the front of the chest. When you're ready, catching that right arm into our shoulder stretch. You can add in some wrist circles here if you'd like. Just making sure to go both directions. You can also rest that arm on the opposite shoulder if it feels good. Releasing that arm over to the left side. Releasing that arm. One more big chest stretch. Let's add a couple shoulder rolls in. So taking those shoulders all the way to the ears, all the way back. Let's do 3 big rolls backwards and then 3 shoulder rolls forwards. Last one, we'll do a gentle neck stretch here. So just taking our right ear to right shoulder until we feel that stretch over here. Back to straight, left ear to left shoulder. Great job, everybody. That is your week 12 online Exercise Oncology series. If you ever have any questions, feel free to email us at the Health and Wellness Lab or leave us a comment and tell us if you like these classes and enjoy our YouTube series. Thanks.